What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's hopping on here to the live stream. We're going to go ahead and wait here a couple of seconds more, and then we'll get this thing started, everybody. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Who all is in the chat box? Let me know who's in the chat box, everybody. Can you guys hear me? Let's get this thing going, all right? Here we go, guys. Is serious? All right, guys. So welcome to Cowboys Blog, Saturday Night Live. Got a couple of discussions we're going to talk about tonight, and we'll close it out with a Q and A. I will get into I will pick my favorite question of the night, and they will receive a Cowboys Blog shirt. It could be this one here, TD Lamb, or one of your choosing, okay? So we'll figure that out here at the end, but we're going to get into this discussion here. Lots of interesting topics. Shout out to everybody in the chat box. What's everybody doing this Saturday night? How's everybody doing tonight? All right. Time to get away from all this chaos that's going on. The COVID and all that kind of. I hope everybody's having a good one. Here we go. What is up, everybody? Dallas Cowboy Football News in chat box. Joe, James, Shannon, Fistic, I see you. Thanks for joining the chat. Appreciate all you guys. Okay. That's good. It's good. Yes. This is the Saturday Night Live Q&A. We might do this every Saturday. We'll see how this one goes. But it's going to be a good one. I really do appreciate everybody that submitted a comment in the community. Here we go, guys. Let's talk about Mike McCarthy. Okay. We finally got a coach here. And a far departure from what we had before. We're talking about Jason Garrett and all the mediocrity, 8 seasons nonstop with Mike McCarthy. We're getting a coach that really knows how to get prepared, how to navigate through something like what we're dealing with right now with the COVID and everything. So you got to feel good about this. Mike McCarthy is our head coach, brought in a lot of good coaches. Let me know what you guys think about the hiring of Mike McCarthy. Are you guys pumped about this? Any concerns about his first year and having to deal with the remote teachings and all that kind of thing? So let me know, guys, what you guys feel about Mike McCarthy. First year coach coming into this mess. But I think he'll do well, guys. I think he's going to do a good thing here for the Cowboys. I love the staff. Pretty much all the staff got purged out. We did keep Leon Lett. He did hire Rob Davis to be his right-hand man to really help develop and mentor that locker room. And I think he's going to really need to lean on him, especially for this upcoming season. Okay. Moving on. Tony Pollard. If you guys missed it, this is him tearing it up. Workouts. NFL has said that they do want to limit these group workouts. But as you can see here, Tony Pollard, not messing around. He's ready to rock and roll, guys. Look at that agility. Man. Mike McCarthy's going to utilize him. We have a lot of weapons. We're really going to be pushing the defenses this year. And I think Pollard's going to figure to be a big part of that. Let's talk about one of the topics that continues to come up. Jamal Adams. All right. How do you guys feel about Jamal Adams? He gave a list of teams that he wanted to meet with or to be traded with and doesn't necessarily need a contract extension. That's what he's saying. But would you want him? Would you trade for him? Premium picks to get him? I'm not a big fan of giving up the big picks, especially with this uneven season. We're hoping the season happens, but what if it doesn't? And you sign him for the 1 year and you get nothing out of it, and you gave away first and third picks. It's really risky, But we'll see what happens. Cowboys are saying they're not interested, but you never know. You never know what can happen with these guys. Sometimes they come out of nowhere and drop a trade on you like Amari Cooper. Who saw that one coming? So I don't know if that'll happen, but we will take a look at some other options. Okay, if not Jamal Adams, who else could be an option for the Cowboys? All right. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about Jamal Adams' possible trade. Are you guys for it, against it? Let me know in the comments if you guys think they're going to do it. Budda Baker, it's a guy I talked about in another video of mine. This is a guy comes into the league, with a lot of accolades out of Washington. 2-time Pro Bowler, first team All-Pro, 323 tackles, strong safety. He'll be a free agent in 2021. So do you want to get ahead of that? Maybe make a trade. It won't cost as much as Jamal Adams. Okay. Second round. Now, the thing about him, the 5'10", 195. Are the Cowboys still looking to get bigger in the secondary? I think they are. If you look at all the players they brought in here, 6'1" and above. 5'10", not so sure, but the playmaking ability is there. No question about it. He's going to hit free agency unless they franchise tag him. Maybe a team wants to make a trade for him, and he will bump up somebody secondary, okay? If you're looking ahead, if we're not making any deals or trades, this player here, Talanoa Hufanga. All right, I already like saying this guy's name. I already like it. Hufanga. All right. Out of USC, strong safety, 6'1", 215, 4.45 in the 40. He's got a lot of speed. Out of USC, he's a junior this year. Okay, so good player, man. But he did have postseason surgery on that right shoulder. Okay, but he's expected to make a full recovery. They did a lot of treatments, stem cells, and all that kind of thing. Looks like he's ready to go. So Talanoa Hufanga. This is a name that I got from Dane Brugler, the draft guru. He did an early look at the 2021 draft, and he actually mocked this player to us, Talanoa Hufanga. Okay, remember the name? Keep an eye on him during the season. Okay, he's kind of ranged there on the mid to back half of the first round. And this is what Brugler says. You don't need to know Hufanga's number. Just follow the ball, and that's where he will be. Okay. His aggressive nature will work against him at times, but he competes with outstanding effort and anticipation to make plays versus the pass and the run. I love that. That's what I like to hear. Okay. Now, let's get into what this video is all about. The Saturday Night Live Q&A. I asked everybody in the community to drop a comment in there, and I will answer as many as I can. So let's get right into it here. All right. First question here comes from Gomez, one of my members. Okay, Joe, do you see Dallas acquiring more help through unsigned free agent veterans? Okay, I think if we do, it'll be one of these last minute type of signings. As you can tell, we have Everson Griffin here in the background. He's a player that I think the Cowboys would have interest in. We have, the former defensive coordinator on the staff now, so he knows the player intimately, pros and cons, strengths, weaknesses. He knows them well. He was a captain for that defense. So Cowboys talking about leadership every year. I think you can maybe kick the tires on him. All right, but it depends on what they do with some of these contracts. We don't have that much money under the cap. You may have to restructure some deals and that kind of thing. Let's go to the next question here. This comes from Alonzo Powers. How many sacks will the defense get, and how many will you get? Thanks for your time, D-Law. My favorite Cowboy. Later, Zoe. Thank you, Zoe. I really do appreciate this question, and it's a really great one. How many sacks will the Cowboys have? In 2019, the Cowboys had 39 sacks. Okay. In 2018, the same thing. What is the difference? You got to have two. You got to have two double-digit sack masters to up that number. Okay. That's just what you got to do. Salimon, Big Joe, are we signing Dak to a long-term deal? And do you think the Cowboys will win over or under 10 wins? It's going to be a big topic of discussion. But like the Cowboys have done the last previous seasons, I think they will sign him at the 25th hour. July 15th is that target date. And now, if that doesn't happen and he plays under the franchise tag, then you have a story. Then you have a story as far as what happens the year after. Is there a free agent that might become available? There's the whole Aaron Rodgers topic. You know, he may be out of Green Bay. Cowboys, do they draft another quarterback? So this is going to be huge. If they don't sign him to a long-term deal, it's going to be a big. Now, for the Cowboys, how many do they win, guys? What do you guys think? I say it in my prediction with Mike on the Frisco Report. I said 14-2. Lofty numbers. I know that, not being a homer. But if you look at the schedule, Mike McCarthy bringing all that talent together, it is possible. And you should not be afraid to have lofty goals. This is not the Jason Garrett era where you're like, oh, man, I don't know, 8-8 again, probably 10-6. Forget that, man. We needed the coach to get this team over the hill, and we know that. This team is loaded with talent, man. I would say at the minimum 12-4. Anything less than that with Mike McCarthy on here with the new staff, I'll be disappointed. Okay. Next question comes from Valerie Ash. If you could only have one, which would it be? Adams trade or extension or Dak new contract? As tempting as it is, you know, I really wouldn't mind Jamal Adams. But like I said, the whole uncertainty of the season, I wouldn't want to sign him to a one-year deal. You would have to sign him to an extension, and you got to find that money. And obviously the Cowboys can do that. But for me, I got to have the franchise quarterback, you know. And obviously this is a hot topic. You just like Romo, you have people that hate him, you love him. Same thing, it's Dak's turn. You know, people love him and hate him, so you have that faction of fan out there. But you've seen what this team looks like without a quarterback. It's awful, and you don't want to waste any more talent, you know. So give me the quarterback. But I wouldn't mind getting Jamal Adams in here to be real. But I think the Cowboys are gonna, you know, they're gonna give it a look. They might have some discussions. They might throw some low picks and see what they can get. You know, we do have a bunch of comp picks coming to us, so that may help the Cowboys make a trade. And let's not get stuck on Jamal Adams. You know, the Cowboys have been known to make trades to other players that nobody's thinking about. You know, like I mentioned Budda Baker, but there's other secondary players out there. You know, it would be wise to look around the league and see who's available. Let's go to this next question here. This is a good one too. Are the Cowboys holding on to Crawford until they know for sure if Gregory is coming back? Maybe move him to DT. That's where they originally paid him to do. Great question, Zach. Are they holding on to Crawford? You know, he's on his last deal. I think they're gonna let this thing play out. You know, I don't think they'll kick him to the curb, but you never know. There's always that surprise veteran cut during roster cuts. He is beat up. We know that. If he were a free agent, you probably wouldn't sign him. You know, if you were another team and he was on the market, the injuries scare you. But he is a team captain. The locker room loves him. And with the uncertainty of Gregory and the uncertainty of coronavirus, you probably need at least another veteran presence there in case somebody gets knocked out during the season with infection. All right, you're talking anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks in some extreme cases where you might lose a player. So we'll see how the NFL and the Cowboys navigate, you know, player infections, because it will happen. The good thing is Zeke got it. He'll be out. He'll be good for the season. We don't have to worry about losing Ezekiel Elliott during the season. So keep that in mind. You know, it's kind of a crazy thing to say, but you kind of want these guys, if they do get it now, get it out of the way. But it's bad, man. You just don't know how this thing's going to affect people. But these athletes have handled it really well for the most part. You know, we talked about Von Miller had it, one of the earlier ones. Some of these other basketball players have gotten it, recovered well. So, you know, for the most part, these athletes have recovered pretty well from it. So we'll see what happens there. Do they move him back to defensive tackle? I actually agree with this. I think this would be a good move for him. You know, he would be better than a Tristan Hill. He has the same get off the ball, but he probably lost a little bit of that with that Achilles injury he had a few seasons ago. But, you know, put him somewhere. Enough of this flex position stuff. You know, I mentioned that in a tweet. You know, Mike McCarthy wants specialists. He brought Bradley a 9 here to draft as DPR. He's going to pin his ear back and go after the quarterback. The flex position jargon is a Jason Garrett era vocabulary. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank everybody that joined this broadcast tonight. I do appreciate everybody out there. I don't want this to be too long. Shout out to all my members. Shout out to everybody here that hit up this. I'm going to give a shirt away. Valerie Ash, your question was really good. Hit me up. I'm going to shoot out a shirt to you. And Zach Delliott, hit me up. I'm going to send you out a shirt as well. But that's it, guys. I really do appreciate you guys joining us. Quick live session. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace, everybody.